So we're here in front of Roland's newly updated FP-10 ACR. And in case you didn't know what the ACR meant, there are some very meaningful updates here. This is a significant upgrade really to the tonal output of the FP-10. Now the FP-10 was never really kind of trying or pretending like it had this amazing speaker system, because that wasn't really what the value was about in the first place. This was all about loading up Roland's supernatural piano engine and the full PHA-4 action into as compact and inexpensive a package as they could. Well, with the ACR, they've kind of doubled back and resolved, or certainly improved, that speaker performance and the quality and the resolution and the fidelity of that piano tone. You now have tone that sounds a lot closer to what you'd get out of an FP-30 coming out of an FP-10. First of all, I think the speaker itself has been upgraded and improved, but it also seems to be using the whole enclosure of the instrument much more effectively as a resonating chamber than the prior FP-10. But the point is that the speaker performance, and as a result, the overall tonal experience of the FP-10 is kind of in a different galaxy than the prior FP-10. So before I yak on any more, let's actually hear the FP-10 ACR. So from a sound standpoint, they really have, as I said, closed the gap between this and the FP-30X in terms of its acoustic piano performance. Now there are still feature elements here that are separating it from the FP-30X. For one, you've got Bluetooth audio versus no Bluetooth audio. Two, for any professional use, annoyingly, sorry Roland, you still have no way of independently turning the speakers on if you have the headphones plugged in. And so that becomes a bit of a frustration for any kind of professional use. It sort of limits this to either MacGyvered professional use or more or less just home personal use. And I know that's what Roland is intending, but you see the ES60, for example, with those dual quarter-inch outputs. Now the key action stays the same as the FP-10. This is the PHA-4 action, as we already said, and we stick with the same complement of onboard tones. It is compatible with the Roland piano app, and that does work through a Bluetooth connection, which is great. And so overall, bravo on the upgrade. Essentially what we've got is an instrument that now, instead of having to kind of justify it with this giant compromise on the in-person tonal performance in favor of, a great action feel, they've really managed to balance that out. And so this whole category really now comes down to, as honestly it's nice when it can be this, musical preference. So what we now have with the FP-10 ACR really is a similar gap between it and the FP-30X to what Kawai now has with the ES60 and the ES120, or Yamaha with the P145 up to the P225. And some could argue, depending on the type of sound you like in your playing style, that this might actually have the punchiest speaker performance of any of them in that 500 USD range. If your store or the retailer that you're working with has access to this ACR, you're gonna wanna check it out. Thanks so much for checking out this review of the FP-10 ACR, really kind of an update video to the FP-10 in a way. My name is Stu Harrison, this has been Merriam Pianos on YouTube. You're hearing some playing, we're in a live showroom. We always are, coming to you from Piano Land here at Merriam Pianos. Please consider subscribing if it's the first time you've seen us here on YouTube, and hope to see you back soon. Take care.